What's up guys, this is Zepton Tech, and I want to compare the Samsung Galaxy A21 to the iPhone 12. In 2021, new phones are coming out all the time, and these phones were both released in 2020. This one was released most recent. So let's talk about specifications. The Samsung has a 6.4-inch 720p 60Hz LCD panel. The iPhone has a much higher specification display, 6.1 inches, 1200, it's a little over 1200 pixels per inch. Or I mean not pixels per inch, but the resolution is a little over 1200, and it has a notch compared to the hole punch camera. It has an OLED display. And I find that, looking at these phones, you flop back and forth. Which one is better? Which one is better? I like the bigger display, but I think OLED is the king of phones. All phones should be OLED nowadays. There shouldn't be LCD phones, especially with OLED technology becoming cheaper every year. Going a little bit more about the specifications of the phone. This one has 2 cameras, this one has 4 cameras. That doesn't matter. The iPhone cameras blow this one out of the water to a whole nother level. If I open the camera app on these phones, I'm going to take a picture of this succulent. So let's take it on the iPhone. And let's take it on the Android. Opening up these pictures. You could see the detail on the iPhone is superb. It's very detailed. On the Android, it's much more washed out. And looking at the picture as a whole, the colors, look how blown out the Android is versus how dynamic the colors are. And the viewing angles on the iPhone are much better. And also another thing is, iPhones have iMessage. iPhones have FaceTime. If you are in the Apple ecosystem, you'll love your iPhone. If you're not in the Apple ecosystem, you only care for those extra features, I'd say. Doing a little speed test, we're going to open up, let's say, back in the day, the hardest system app to open was always their app stores and the Play Store for Android. So let's open them up and see how they fare. Pretty quick. On both, and this one just has a Helio P35 processor. If we go into Chrome, oh wow, the iPhone really loaded fast on that one. You could see the specifications. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM, but don't be fooled. When it says it has 4 gigs of RAM, it means 8 for Android. Apple is twice as efficient with RAM than Android, so this is an 8 gigabyte Android RAM phone. The battery is small, but it's the same. It gives you 8 hours of screen time on both, even though it's a small battery, because iPhones are more efficient. And the phone is just better in every. I know it may be unfair because this phone's $800. This phone is $250, but these phones, you see them in the store. When you go to the Verizon store, when you go to Best Buy, you're gonna see both phones, and you're gonna see, okay, what's the difference between the Android phone and the Apple phone? And it's big. You see 4 cameras on the Android. That sounds cool. It's only $250, but how good are the cameras? It has a fingerprint sensor on the Android. I think that's very nice. If I unlock it right now. See, it's unlocked. The iPhone, you have Face ID. Locked. They're both quick. The notch area on the iPhone sucks. I know. Look how big this is compared to this tiny hole punch on the Android. But I think it fares well. This phone has 5G. If it matters to you, it's really quick. This one has 4G. And looking at the bottom, you can see how it has a uniform bezel all the way around on the iPhone compared to these very chunky bezels all around the Android. And that's what you would, I guess, expect for the price point. The iPhone has nice, jumpy, smooth animations, but it is much less customizable. I have this thing on this Android. Every time I turn it off and on, it just plays another background image. And I think that's really cool. And you could download a bunch of different packs and stuff. Both of the phones support widgets, which I think are nice. And it is fair that the phones are different. They are different ecosystems. This one has not the latest version of Android. This one does have the latest version of Apple ecosystem, iOS. And personally, if there was no iMessage or any type of FaceTime where I was caught in this Apple ecosystem, I would use this Android as my daily driver for a couple of days. I don't mind. But I think iPhone wins this battle if you are part of their ecosystem. But for the price, if you're not part of their ecosystem, this phone is better. I mean, it's a quarter. You are getting so much for this phone. It could do everything the iPhone can do when it comes to like apps. It can, you're on Snapchat, it works. It works Instagram, it works WhatsApp, it works Facebook. That's all that matters nowadays, and this phone can do it all. So I'd say this phone, the Samsung Galaxy A21, is the winner. And then for all the Apple users that do use iMessage and are tied to the ecosystem, the iPhone is definitely the winner. You shouldn't stray far away from it, because at one point I did have an Android and I sold my iPhone and I regretted it because I was missing out on those iMessage and FaceTime. But yeah, this is my video on the iPhone versus the Samsung phone. If you have any ideas on the phones, you have any questions, ask me. I've had a couple of them and I have made a couple opinions on them too. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace out.